Hey there, let's keep moving into the next lesson of our Google Ads course. In this lesson, we'll make our ads more noticeable and make them take up more space on the screen. Basically, we're going to add ad assets. I grabbed a few random search ads and I'll use them to show you what exactly we're going to build. I removed all the extra stuff, so your eyes don't go crazy from too much information. Here's a regular ad. The sponsored label doesn't always show above every single ad, but that doesn't really matter for what we're doing. Here you see the domain of the website the ad is sending traffic to. Next, right here, there could be site links, but in this ad they're missing. They simply weren't added. We already created ours earlier when we were building our upload sheet. In this ad over here you can see them. Technically, site links are not ad assets in the narrow sense, but let's be honest. With them the ad looks way better. Next you see headlines. We also have those. Then we've got the description. Up to the period it's one description line. Then the next sentence is another description line. And down here, where you see affordable prices, visit our nail salon, that's exactly the kind of add-ons we're going to set up. These are called site links. You can add as many as you want. They won't all show at the same time, but if you add, say, 20 of them, still, the more you give Google to work with, the better. The line with contacts under that is also made from ad assets. And now look at the ad below. It looks sad compared to the others. Just one headline and one description. These ads grab less attention, people click them less, and their CTR is lower. The lower the CTR, the higher your cost per click. Because Google doesn't really want to show ads that nobody clicks. If people click less, Google earns less, and it punishes that ad with a higher CPC. And yes, every advertiser ends up with a different price per click. Those numbers we saw in the interface are just rough estimates. I'll show you in practice that with our approach we'll actually pay less than what Google suggests. Let's look at the ad in the first position. They've got 4 site links plus descriptions for each of them. When you hit that first position, your ad really stands out from everything else. But if you don't write descriptions for your site links, you won't get all that extra real estate. We will set all of that up. They also added an image here. Next example. Exact same advertiser, again in first position, but the ad looks completely different. Now most of the space is taken by 3 big images. You need to understand that adding ad assets doesn't guarantee they'll always show. Google will test what works better. Maybe one time it shows one combo, next time another. But by adding ad assets, we give Google the option to make our ads much more visible for potential customers. Here are a few more examples. These are 3 odds at the bottom of the page. For the top 2, the star rating and review count are pulled from the business profile on Google Maps. And if it's a mobile device, it can also show the distance in miles to the location. That's exactly what I talked about in earlier lessons. If you set up great ads and a strong offer, but your business is new and you don't have many positive reviews yet, it'll be harder to win over first-time customers simply because you don't have social proof yet and your competitors do. Just be ready for that. But like I said before, there is a way to partially dodge the heaviest competition. We'll cover that in the lesson on geo-targeting. And by the way, some people won't even visit your website. They'll just hit directions or call us right from the ad. Alright, let's get to work. We're now inside our Google Ads editor. Everything we're doing here can be done in the regular web interface too, but here it's just way more convenient. Here are our campaigns. We need the ad assets section. Right now it's empty, so it's hidden. We uncheck hide empty types and it appears. Click it. I'll drag this panel up a bit and scroll so everything fits on the screen. We'll go from top to bottom. First in line, Sitelinks. Click Add Sitelink. You can add it at the account level. If we add it at the account level, that Sitelink can show with any ad in any campaign. You can add it at the campaign level if you want that link to appear only in this specific campaign and not in others. And you can also add it at the ad group level. But earlier I already explained why. With our structure, there's no point in adding them at the ad group level. Our structure is clean. We either add at the account level if the link makes sense everywhere, or at the campaign level Most of the time it's campaign level, because different campaigns often need different site links. So I'll create a site link at the campaign level. It's just easier to show the logic that way. Google asks, where exactly do you want to add it? I say, I want to add it, for example, to the Search Miami Nail campaign. Click OK. Click Add Site Link again. Click OK. First thing we need to do is set the link text. For example, book your appointment now. Why that example? It's not just random. It's a clear call to action. A lot of people write something like contact us. Why would you send a person to a contact us page? You want them on a landing page where they can actually book or send a request. Contact us is not really what we want, but sometimes even that is better than nothing. Next thing we need is the description lines. That's when you have a link, and then right under it you have 1 or 2 lines describing that link. This can only show if you're literally on the very top, right under the search bar. Otherwise, it just will not appear. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't write them. At some point, some of your ads will hit that very top spot, and your CTR will be even higher. And from a phone, those ads easily take up half the screen. That's huge. So write description lines. You need 2 of them. You cannot add just 1. For the first one, I'll put easy online booking 24/7. And for the second one, pick your time in seconds. Next is final URL. Let's open our website. If we click book appointment, the page scrolls down to the book your appointment today section using an anchor link. In our case, that anchor is #book, added to the page URL, and that scrolls you to a specific block on the page. In your case, it might not be an anchor. It might just be a separate page. One way or another, we copy that URL, paste it into final URL, and hit enter. In reality, you can use Sitelinks to highlight a bunch of different benefits and send people straight to different blocks on your landing page, all within one page. Exactly the service your client needs. Ideally, you create at least 6 site links. I'll leave just one here as an example. Right now this site link is only attached to the Search Miami Nail campaign. If I select Search Miami Manicure on the left, there are no links. If I select Search Miami Pedicure, also empty. Only Search Miami Nail has it. We need it on all campaigns. On the left, I'll click the account name, so we see data for all campaigns. Then I select our site link, hit Ctrl+C to copy and Ctrl+V to paste. Google asks where to paste it. I choose the manicure and pedicure campaigns and click OK. I'll expand the columns so you see it better. Now we have the Sitelink on the nail, manicure and pedicure campaigns. Technically, it's one Sitelink asset. It's just attached to 3 different campaigns. I'll drag the bottom panel up so more things fit and it's easier to understand visually. Below, there's the shared library section. Inside it we have asset library. That's where all the ad extensions you add under add assets actually live. Here's the Sitelink section and our one Sitelink. For convenience, I'll turn hide empty types back on. Look at the associations column. 3 campaigns. That means this one Sitelink asset is assigned to 3 campaigns. In the add assets, Sitelinks section, we see those same 3 campaigns it's attached to. For clarity, in the asset library, I'll delete the word now from the link text. Now when we go back to add assets, you'll see now is gone here too, because it's one and the same asset. Fine, I'll put now back. If we want to create a new Sitelink based on an existing one, we just copy the existing Sitelink in the asset library and paste it right there. It's identical, but in the associations column you see a dash because this new Sitelink isn't assigned to any campaign yet. For clarity, I'll rename it to hello. Then I go to add assets and remove the Sitelink from the Search Miami Pedicure campaign. After that I click add Sitelink, campaign level Sitelink. Select Search Miami Pedicure, click OK. We get the same window where we created our first Sitelink. Here you see all Sitelinks that exist in the asset library. You can create new ones right from here by clicking Add Sitelink, or you can reuse existing ones. Everything I'm showing can be done a few different ways. I usually stick to one, so I don't confuse you. In this particular case I'm explaining, because Google made this part a bit confusing. Anyway, I choose our new Hello Sitelink and click OK. Now the search Miami pedicure campaign has a different sitelink. If I go to Sitelink's asset library, I'll see Book Your Appointment Now attached to 2 campaigns and Hello attached to 1. All other extensions follow the exact same logic. That's why I spent so much time on the first one, to show you the basic principle. Okay, I'll detach Hello from the pedicure campaign and bring Book Your Appointment back. Moving on. I uncheck Hide Empty Types. Now we go to Callouts. In the actual ad, callouts look exactly like description text. They're just short inserts, like top-rated team, 15 years of experience, premium specialist, and so on. Some people write that stuff right inside the regular description. You don't need to do that. Put it in callouts. Click Add Callout. Again, you can add them at the account, campaign, or ad group level. I'll add them at the account level. Click Add Callout, then OK. In the callout text field, I'll type Spa Style Experience. Same idea here. Try to use numbers, they catch the eye. Rough maximum is about 25 characters. I'll add one more. 24/7 online booking. They show up in the asset library as well. I'll add another one. 7 days a week. So now we have 3 callouts. 7 days a week, 24/7 online booking, and Spa Style Experience. You can create as many as you want. I won't stay here for too long. I am sure you already get the idea. Structured snippets. Pretty cool thing. I do not usually create a ton of them. 1 or 2 is enough. We add 1, choose the level. In my case, account level. Click Add Structured Snippet and OK. Pick the language. For the header we choose from the drop-down options. For example, styles. That works for almost anything. You need to list at least 3 values. I'll write classic, French, Chrome, and then add a couple more in the same style. In general, the more values you give it, the better. And you can create a few different structured snippets if needed. But honestly, 1 is already enough. The main goal is just to make your ad take up more space. Very few people actually read what's written there. Next up, images. On fresh accounts, Google doesn't let you add images right away. After you pass verification, which I talked about in the lesson on creating a Google Ads account, that option becomes available. We'll add an image at the campaign level. I'll choose Search Miami Pedicure and click OK. In the display network lesson, I'll show how to do this in the web interface. There we're allowed to use paid stock photos for free. For now, I'll just show the general workflow with images. For both ads and websites, I usually grab images from pixabay.com. Their images are allowed for free commercial use. I typed pedicure and decided to use this photo. Click it, click Download. Choose the resolution. 1280 by 849 is good enough for me. Back to Ads Editor. Click Add and upload the image I just downloaded. If you have your own real photos, definitely use them for uniqueness. That way you won't end up showing the exact same stock photo as your competitors. Pay attention to the little yellow warning icon. That means the image isn't valid for ads yet. The issue is the aspect ratio. We'll fix that. With the image selected, we can click Edit. That's exactly what I do. You can use square and vertical formats. I just move the crop box so the visible area shows exactly what I want. Then I switch to the landscape format and tweak it a bit there as well. You can also adjust the size. I'll stop at something that looks good and click Save a copy. Now the error is gone. That's our horizontal version done. Let's also make a square. I leave only the original image selected and click Edit again. Choose the framing I want and click Save a copy. That image is now prepared. I deselect the original and keep only the good rectangular one selected. These two, one square, one landscape, are what we'll actually use in the campaign. Click OK. Perfect. Now both versions of this image are attached to the Search Miami Pedicure campaign. Now let's switch to the Search Miami Manicure campaign. Same thing. Click plus Add Image, then choose Campaign Level Image. Click Add and upload the other prepared photo. I set up the horizontal and square versions. Right now I have the original invalid version selected and the square one selected as well. I click OK, they're added. But the invalid one still won't let us post changes to the server. Sometimes I intentionally leave small mistakes like this just to show you it's not a big deal and how easy it is to fix them. I just select the bad image and delete it. Then I click Add Image, choose Campaign Level, select the landscape version and hit OK. Done? Easy. Before this we added images for pedicure, then for manicure, and now we need to do it for nail. As usual, we click Add Image and then Campaign Level Image. Here we select both the manicure and pedicure photos, because in this campaign we do not know exactly what the person wants yet. Nails can mean anything. Now each of our campaigns has images that are relevant to it. Awesome. Business logos. The logic here is exactly the same as with images. We click Add Business Logo. If you are running ads for several different businesses in the same Google Ads account, pick Campaign Level. If it's just one business, pick Account Level. You upload your logo, select it and click OK. I do not have a real logo here. I just grabbed a random image as an example. So I'm going to delete it. Business names. Same idea as business logos. You add them either at the account level or at the campaign level. For example, Vibe Nail Studio. If you have a lot of locations, you can highlight the location in the name. I'll add Miami to it. It is not mandatory. It is just a bit of extra relevance. Moving on. Call assets. This is that call button from the examples I showed you at the beginning of the lesson. For mobile devices it is perfect. We click Add Call Assets. At what level to add it, account, campaign or add group, is up to you. You already understand the logic. I will choose account level. Then I click Add Call Asset and OK. For phone country I select United States. In my case. You might have a different country. Just pick yours. And below you type in your phone number. If you see your own ad and notice a completely different phone number there, do not panic. That is exactly how it is supposed to work. Google assigns a forwarding number during the ad impression, so it can actually track the call. People dial that number and the call is forwarded to the real number you entered here. If the call lasts more than 30 seconds, Google counts it as a conversion. This works for the United States, Canada, and some other countries where clicks are expensive. For example, the UK or Germany. In most other countries, Google does not use forwarding numbers at all, and the conversion is just a click on the phone number from the ad, whether a real call happened afterwards or someone just tapped the button and did nothing. In our case, there is no phone number at all, because this website is purely for the course, so I will simply delete the asset. Let's continue. Lead forms. I will be honest, I almost never use them. I will explain why in a second. We add them at the campaign level. Click Add Lead Form. OK. For the headline I'll put Book Your Nail Appointment. The business name we copy from the business name section and paste here. For description I'll write leave your info below and we'll contact you to confirm your appointment or answer any questions. It is just an example. Now we change the predefined questions by clicking the little pencil icon. We pick what we need. For example, I will take first name and last name, phone number and email. If some fields are not required, you tick the checkbox to make them optional. And in general, do not add too many fields. Otherwise, people will be too lazy to fill them in. As an option, you can even remove a name altogether. I will keep it here. I'm just explaining the logic to you. I click OK. The age question I will make optional. That is up to you. I scroll a bit down. Now we have the qualifying questions. For example, preferred appointment time. Choose whether the question is required or not and add answer options. Morning, afternoon, evening. Again, you can leave it as required or switch it to optional. If needed, you can add up to 5 qualifying questions. I will now clear this example. You can also pick questions from ready-made templates, so you do not have to invent anything. There are a ton of options here. For example, what type of property are you looking for? You must also add a privacy policy URL. We go to our site, copy the link to the left page, paste it and press enter. If you want, you can choose a background image. Then you can fill in the form submission message. I will write a simple headline, a short description, and pick a call to action. If I choose visit site, then I am required to enter the landing page URL where the person should go after submitting the form. I will use the home page as an example, but I will actually switch it back to none. In reality, we could have skipped the form submission message section entirely. What we must fill out is call to action for your ad. I scroll a bit down. I change the call to action to book now. In the call to action description, I type quick and simple form. Scroll down again. Now the interesting part. Webhook integration. This is optional. But if you do not set this up, you will have to download your leads manually from Google Ads. That is extremely inconvenient. Plus, you will not get any notifications when someone fills out the form. And by the time you call them back, it might already be too late. You want to strike while the iron is hot. Webhooks allow you to automatically send leads from Google Ads forms into a CRM or some other external service. To make that work, you need a separate integration tool. Here is an example of one of those services. And as you can see, it is nowhere near free. And those prices are usually shown for annual billing. Month to month ends up even more expensive. So when you are just starting with ads, I honestly recommend not bothering with this at all. You already have a form on your website, it is very easy to fill out, and you get an email notification instantly, without doing anything extra. After we finish the core part of the course, I plan to record a separate lesson on this tool, but that will be later. For now, let us just wrap up with these forms. Below you see the lead form type toggle. By default it is set to more volume. Google will try to show the form more often, so that more people submit it. You can switch it to more qualified. In this case, Google will try to find higher quality leads. Honestly, I prefer the first option. The more leads, the better. I want to filter them myself and decide what I like and what I do not, instead of outsourcing that to Google. But like I said, in real projects, I barely ever use these forms. And that is it for them. Moving on. Locations. We click Add Location. I choose account level. You can pick a different level if you want. And there is nothing here. And there is no add button like we had in other sections. That is because this section only works with an already existing Google Business Profile. Let me show you the logic. In Google, search for Google Business Profile and go there. You need to sign up. There are tons of YouTube videos showing exactly how to do it. It is a separate service, and I will not go deep into it right now. Just watch any 15-minute tutorial, repeat the steps, and you are done. I will show you how an existing business profile is connected to your ads. After all, this is a Google Ads course. When you open the Google Ads web interface and go to Tools, Data Manager, you will see a Google Business Profile button. That is exactly what you need. Click it, select your business profile, and in a couple of simple steps, it will be linked to your ad account. I have nothing to add here in this demo account, so I will close it. But I will show you another account where an address is already added, so you can see how it looks. When a business profile is connected, it appears at the top. If you click Manage and Link, you can manage the linked locations. When we download such an account into Ads Editor and then click Add Location, we will see all those locations available. Alright, let us go back to the account we are setting up and move to the Price Asset section. We click Add Price Asset. Choose account level. Click Add Price Asset. Previously I was adding them one by one, editing, then adding more. But you can add as many as you need in one go. And what is more, you can create them without attaching them to any campaign yet. As an example, I will click Cancel. Nothing was added, but everything I started to create is still there in the shared library. Let us open it and go to Asset Library. Here are our 3 price assets with errors. The errors are there because we created them, but did not fill anything out. I will select 2 of them and delete. By the way, I also need to delete one call asset. When I showed you the example earlier, I removed it from the campaign. But in reality, when you hit delete inside a campaign, you are not deleting the asset itself. You are just detaching it from that campaign. So the call asset we created is still sitting there. And only here in the shared library the delete key actually removes it completely, which is what I will do now. The error disappears. Alright, back to price assets. I can fill one right here, or I can go back to add assets, click add price asset, and after choosing account level, attach this price asset and edit it there. It really does not matter. As you already know, it is the same entity. We choose language, currency and type. I will select services. For price qualifier, I pick from. In header 1, I'll put classic manicure. In the description, clean and polished look. For price 1, let us say 25. If needed, you can pick a unit of measurement. I will leave it as is. And then we add final URL 1, the link to the page with this offer. Technically, this might not be 100% correct, but from a pure advertising perspective, if we do not have a dedicated page for each offer, we can just add random anchors. For example, here we use number 1, somewhere else number 2. For Google, those are different URLs and it will accept them. For a real user, it is still the same page. For price assets, you need at least 3 offers. They are all filled in using the same logic. I will delete this asset now. I already showed you the idea. And remember, you delete from the asset library. Otherwise, you do not delete the asset, you only detach it from the campaign. Moving on. App assets. I'm not going to show them here. Those are for apps. But the way you add them is exactly the same as everything we have already done. There is really nothing special to add. Promotions. This one is pretty cool. Let us create one. The steps you already know. Add. OK. Now we fill it out. For item I will put Black Friday nails as an example. For occasion we choose Black Friday from the list. Language is English, currency is USD. Then we have promotion type. For discount modifier you can leave it empty or select up to. Depends on your offer. Below that you have to choose one or the other. Either a monetary discount or a % discount. I will offer a $40 discount. If I also add a % discount on top and do not remove the dollar discount, we get an error. I remove the monetary discount and the error disappears. Like I said, it is either one or the other. The promotion details block is optional. I will just show you some key examples. In on orders over, I will type 100. That means the discount applies only if the check is over $100. This is especially important if you are using a fixed discount in dollars, so you do not end up in a situation where the product costs less than the discount. I will clear the 100, I'm not going to save this. For promotion code we can put black, or since our discount is 30%, we could write black 30. That is what users will see in the ad. I will skip barcodes and QR codes. Most businesses simply do not need them. The fields promotion start date and promotion end date will be shown in the ad. You can type the dates manually or open the calendar and click the right days. Then we enter our final URL. I will add an anchor hashtag Black Friday to it. In reality, I do not have that section on the site. I am just showing you an example. By the way, you might have noticed we never filled out final mobile URL. For most of you that field is useless. Back when mobile websites were just starting to appear, there were 2 ways to build them. The second approach, and the one that won in the end, is responsive design, which is what everybody uses now. Same page, just adapting to different screens. The first approach was separate mobile pages with a completely different URL. That field is for those old school setups. For us, it is pointless. Next, start date and end date. In this section do not show up inside the ad. This is where you set the time period when the promo is allowed to run at all. So I can create this promo in Google Ads 6 months before Black Friday. It will automatically turn on and off at the right time. The activation dates I will just copy from above. You can also choose to turn the promo on 1 day earlier so people know it is coming. The ad will show the start date. And you might want to turn it off a bit earlier too, so you do not end up with angry people who tried to use the offer and didn't make it in time. Use your judgment here. We click the little pencil next to Add Schedule. Here you can set specific days and hours when the promo is active. You can even use it for something like a cafe to drive people during dead hours. I will not change anything here and just close it. Hotel callouts. They are basically the same as regular callouts, just separated into a special section for hotels. I will not dig into this. I will just go into hotel callouts in the library and delete what I just created for no reason. Perfect. No errors. We are done. We can collapse everything. This lesson is coming to an end. If you have a question, ask it in the comments under the video. If you do not have any questions, just write thank you. That will make me happy. This really is an awesome Google Ads course, and it is completely free. I think I have earned at least one thank you from you. In the next lesson, we will finally upload our campaigns to the server and go through the approval process. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Think bigger and make money.